Good evening, friends. I'm Dr. Ajay Shah, bringing you this another Facebook Live. Hope you're all doing well. It's been a beautiful day in Michigan, and nice and sunny. Temperature is perfect, so I'm enjoying my evening. Just got home, just had my early dinner with the healthy food. It's been a routine to eat early in a day, like by 5:30, and try not to eat after that. Obviously, sometimes I miss I mess it up and I have late snack or something. But typically, I eat by 5 or 5:30. This week we have been talking about uh, how to lose weight, simple way, effective way, and healthy way. I've done 5 segments so far. So if you have not watched those 5 segments are available on YouTube. So please watch them. This is segment number 6. I also did a series on high blood pressure last week, and series on high blood pressure is also available on YouTube. So please watch that high blood pressure series also. So let's start with segment 6. So let me tell you an important fact. Most doctors, including myself, we did not get adequate training on nutrition in medical school, in residency, and fellowship. So I can pretty much tell you your doctor probably knows as much, if not less, than you would know or you would be able to find out from Google or from YouTube or from learning from books. So you can rely on your doctor, but let me tell you one thing: you can actually be your own knowledge searcher, and you can actually find out more information about nutrition from a physician who has interest in nutrition like myself, or a lifestyle physician, or reading books, or watching YouTube videos, or asking a nutritionist or dietitian. So right off the bat, let me tell you, your doctor may not be 100% knowledgeable about nutrition and about the weight loss as much as you would like to think. Most doctors are very good at taking care of acute problems, like if person has a bronchitis or if person has appendicitis, the surgeon will take care of it. If person has a fracture, if person has a COVID-19, a doctor would be very good at taking care of it because we go through medical school to take care of acute problems. But when it comes down to lifestyle changes, including healthy eating, including sleep, including exercise, including stress management, including relationship, all those things, most doctors are not trained to do that. I went through lifestyle medicine board certification 3 years ago. So I took special steps in getting trained in lifestyle medicine to see how I myself do the lifestyle medicine, as well as how I can help my patients, my friends, and family to implement some of the lifestyle medicine. Um, let's go to the next topic about weight loss. I covered partly in the last segment about intermittent fasting. So, if you want to lose weight, it's not only important what you eat, but when you eat also. So, what you eat obviously should be 90% whole food plant based. That means raw vegetables, cooked vegetables in water, intact grains, beans, and fruits. No oil, obviously, and animal products should be less than 10%. So you should be eating that food if you want to lose weight in a healthy way. You could lose weight with a keto diet, but let me tell you, keto diet is not healthy. You may hear different pseudoscience, but let me tell you, I've gone through multiple research papers, reading multiple books. I've gone through a lot of the epidemiologic study where people eat low carb diet, people eat a high carb diet, and see which one is the best diet. So keto diet is not healthy. The healthiest diet is whole food, plant-based, no oil diet. Also, when we talk about when to eat, we covered that intermittent fasting is important. So try to eat within 8 to 12-hour window during the day. Typically, you should be eating a meal in the evening 4 hours before you go to sleep. And try to walk after your meal if possible. That prevents the sugar spike, that prevents the insulin spike, and actually that helps with the weight loss. So let me tell you what I would do if I need to lose weight, and that's what I have done. If you start following what I'm going to tell you over the next 2 minutes, then you will start losing 1 to 3 pounds per day per week. 1 to 3 pounds per week. So let's start with that. First thing I want you to do is I want you to eat 1 to 2 pounds of raw green vegetables. That means you have to go to grocery store and pick up all different type of raw green vegetables, including cruciferous vegetables, and start eating 1 to 2 pounds per day, minimum 1 pound per day. Next thing I want you to do is I want you to cook some of those green vegetables, including tomatoes, including many of the cruciferous vegetables, including broccoli, including kale, and those cooked vegetables should be about 1 to 2 pounds per day. That means you'll be eating anywhere from 2 to 3 pounds of raw and cooked green vegetables. Next thing I want you to do is I want you to have 5 to 7 servings of fruits. And you can add those fruits in your salads, in your green vegetables. So that way you don't need dressing and your salads will be sweet, like I explained you in the yesterday's video. So please watch that video also. So definitely 5 to 7 servings of fruits every day. Definitely 1 pound of cooked legumes or lentils or beans, 1 pound. And ideally, you should be eating beans, legumes, or lentils with each meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Same thing goes to vegetables. You should be eating green vegetables with all meals, including breakfast, lunch, and dinner. A lot of people are not used to eating green vegetables during breakfast, but start doing that. And the last thing I want you to do is have intact grain, probably about 1 pound per day. So that's brown rice, quinoa, oat groats, millets. If you do this thing, you'll be eating anywhere from 12 to 1500 calories per day, and that will give you effectively 1 to 3 pounds per weight loss, depending upon at what weight you start for. And that's a healthy amount of weight per week to lose, 1 to 3 pounds per week. So again, if you start doing that, and beside that, you should be also drinking adequate amount of water, minimum 64 ounce of water, and possibly up to 1 gallon of water. Water obviously is without any calories. It actually fills up your stomachs. It gives you satiety. I actually highly recommend to drink one large glass of water before each meal. Half an hour before each meal, one large glass of water. And there are studies and data that if people who drink one glass of water before each meal will eventually eat less and will start losing weight. You can also do this, we call it preloading. Beside the water, you can do preloading with a fruit. You can do with apple or orange or any kind of fruit. You can do half an hour before your main meal, eat a fruit, a serving or two, and that will also lower your calories in the main meal. And the third thing you can do is eat just salads, as a pre-meal. And this has been described into Dr. Greger's book, How Not to Diet. The preloading, either with water or with fruit or with salad, will help you to eat less calories in your main meal, and that will help you lose weight. Uh, Other thing I also want you to do if you are serious about losing weight is to eat most meals at home. I know we are all used to eating fast food, even breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We all are used to eating restaurants. Restaurants are opening up again with COVID-19 going down, and a lot of people are tempted to go out and eat. But let me tell you one thing: if you eat many meals at restaurants or at fast food, you will never lose weight. Restaurant food and fast foods are loaded with calories, loaded with saturated fat, loaded with oil, loaded with a lot of processed food, loaded with a lot of animal products, including cheese, including meat and fish, and all those things are very calorie dense food, and you will not lose weight. Again, I want you to remind you of learning about caloric density. I gave a brief explanation about caloric density, I believe in video number 4, so video number 3 or 4. So please watch that video. If you want to learn details about caloric density, watch video by Chef AJ on forks over knives. It's a 1 hour long video. You can just YouTube Chef AJ caloric density and you will find that video. That video is worth watching it. But if you don't have 1 full hour, just watch my video, my YouTube video segment 3 and 4, and you will learn about caloric density. The reason I keep mentioning caloric density because a lot of the restaurant food and fast food and animal products have caloric density anywhere from 2000 to 4000 calories per pound. And like I explained you yesterday, most of us eat about 1 pound of food per meal. So if you're eating 2000 calories per pound, you'll be eating anywhere from 3 to 5000 calories per day, and you will never lose weight. If anything, you will keep gaining weight. And we know the results because America is getting fatter and fatter, and that's because calorie is going up and up and up. As people are eating more and more meals outside, Americans are getting fatter and fatter and fatter. So if you want to lose weight, have 19 out of 21 meals at home. 21 meals means breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 3 meals, 7 days a week is 21 meals. Have 19 out of 21 meals from home. I do that. I highly recommend all of you to do that. I actually take my lunch from home when I go to work. I want all of you to prepare your lunch. Either you can do batch cooking, which we'll talk about it, or you can cook or you can prepare the lunch the night before. So in the morning, you're not rushed, but take your lunch from home. Meals from home are always going to be healthier. You know what you're putting into. You'll be conscious about how much calories each meal will have. So try to eat as many meals at home as possible. Uh, Also, another thing that if you follow the type of nutrition and diet and meals I just showed you about how much to eat whole food plant based, you actually don't need to count the calories. You don't need to count the calories. A lot of people, a lot of nutritionists, a lot of doctors recommend that you should eat 1500 calories, you should eat 2000 calories, you should eat whatever calories. They ask you to put all your food into a phone app and see how much calories you're getting, how much protein you're getting, how much fat you are getting. Let me tell you, not only that's cumbersome, it doesn't last more than a week or two. It gets boring, it's very tedious, it's very time consuming. And if you follow my type of eating, that's not necessary. Actually, your stomach will tell you when to stop eating. This response and the reflex from the stomach has been million years old, and we can always rely on our stomach, on our brain when we should stop eating. But the food we eat for last 40 years is different than what we ate food for last 50,000 years. And that's the reason our stomach and our brains are confused, and we keep eating calorie dense food, and that's keep making us fatter and fatter and fatter. So if you eat whole food plant based no oil diet, which includes, like I said, vegetables, fruits, beans, intact grains, and small amount of nuts and seeds, you will never need to count the calories. You can let just your stomach help you to figure out when you should stop eating. And let me tell you, I've done that. I'm always full. I probably get 50 to 70 grams of fiber per day. I rely on fiber more so than any other macronutrient. So if you want to know what's the most important ingredient of your food, that's fiber. Most people answer as a protein. Protein is the least important macronutrient. The less protein you eat, longer you live. Let me tell you, less protein you eat, longer you live. I'm not talking about going to a point where you're eating less than 20 grams of protein. But if you eat anywhere from 55 to 75 gram of protein, for most people, most men and women, 55 to 75 gram of protein will be adequate. Most trainers, most even doctors sometimes recommend to eat 150 kilogram of protein. That's going to kill more people than any other disease has ever killed. So don't get talked into eating more protein than what's recommended by the guidelines. 55 to 75 gram of protein. If you are an athlete, if you are 250, 300 pounds, you may need 90 or 100 gram, but not a single human being needs more than 100 gram of protein per day. The most important ingredient of your food should be fiber, not protein. Second important ingredient should be complex carb from vegetables, fruits, intact grains, and beans. So again, carb and fiber is very important, and that's a reason When we talk about the keto diet, which is ultra low during the induction of keto and during the keto maintenance phase, those are ultra low carb diet, and that's very unhealthy. Actually, there was an analysis done in Europe, and it showed that when people drop carb less than 20% of their calories, the mortality is almost 4 or 5 times. So low carb is not the solution. Uh, I also want to I also want to cover how to eat at the restaurants. Even though I just said you should not be eating more than 2 meals per week at the restaurant out of 21 meals, let me tell you how to eat smart way and healthy way at the restaurant. Going out with friends, with family, with spouse at a restaurant, let somebody serve you. It is a fun thing to do, is a social thing to do, and we all need that, and we all should do that. I enjoy myself going out and sitting with friends, sitting with wife, sitting with family, and having a nice conversation, enjoying and talking and catching up on pastime and other things, and joking and other things, and smiling and laughing. It's very important, but it doesn't have to be attached to unhealthy food. We can meet, eat healthy food, or we can meet and go for a walk. All those things are equal social events. So let me tell you how to eat at the restaurants. If you're going to a restaurant, eat a salad at home, a large salad at home before you go to a restaurant. Once you know which restaurant you are going, call ahead and ask them what menu they have in terms of whole food, plant based. Ask them if they serve salads. Ask them if they can cook up some vegetables without any fat, without any oil or butter. Ask them what kind of desserts they have. Do they have any fruits or not? And most restaurants now understand that Americans are trying to get healthy, and they will have a lot of healthy options. If there are zero healthy options, ask your group who you are going with to pick a restaurant where there are healthy options. Let me tell you, if you lead your group for the health, not only your group and your friends and your family will thank you today, but will also thank you long term. And they will actually start to admire you as a leader of health, and they will start to respect you more. So, again, don't hesitate to take a lead in terms of which restaurant you should go as a group with your family, with your spouse, with your friends, which restaurant serves the healthy food. Once you get to the restaurant, ask the waiter that you have certain allergies to butter, allergies to dairy, allergies to whatever, oil, and they will start preparing the right kind of food for you. If you don't find the food which fits your definition of healthy food, it's okay to not eat and just have conversation. You can make up an excuse that you have a blood work coming up tomorrow, so you have to fast. Or you can go extreme and you can say you have colonoscopy tomorrow and I have to fast. So you can make whatever excuse, but try to eat as healthy as you can. If you go to a restaurant and if there are not that many options, you can order a vegan item. You can order a item without any cheese or without any butter. For dessert, you can order fruit platter if they have it. If they have a soup, have a low calorie soup. Always share your dish so that your calories will be automatically half, and don't hesitate to take half food home for the next day. Whether you eat that unhealthy food at home or not, that's a different story, but take half food home. And most restaurant dishes most restaurant servings are very large. They're almost meant for 2 or 3 people, and that's the reason Americans are getting fatter and obese. You should not be eating the whole dish at any restaurant. When I go out, I always split the dish with my wife or just split the dish with my friends. So that way, you will have a less calories. Uh, Same thing applies to going to the party. When you go to party, ask the host whether you can bring a healthy dish or not, and you can take a large healthy salad, or you can take a large healthy soup, or large healthy cooked beans or lentils or intact grains, anything. You can take a dish to the party. At party, eat only the healthy food, and if they have a drinks, try to have the lowest calorie amount. Try to avoid beer, Try to avoid those sugary alcoholic drinks because they pack a lot of calories. Maybe have a small glass of wine if you enjoy, or avoid that. Maybe have a small glass of hard liquor because that has the lowest calorie if you enjoy it, or just avoid the alcohol completely. Because once you start drinking alcohol, both at the restaurant and at the party, some of the inhibitions go away and you start eating very unhealthy. So be careful when you drink alcohol, when you go out to a restaurant or go out to the party. Same with at the party for the desserts, try to avoid the sugary, buttery, oily desserts. Try to eat fruits as much as possible. Definitely avoid any kind of soda, both at the restaurant and at the party. Soda are bad, even the diet soda are bad. We will cover about soda and diet soda in our next segment, but you should avoid those things. So I will conclude today's segment. Um, Please share this on your page if you think your friends and family will benefit. This video will be on YouTube by tonight, by tomorrow morning for sure. And you can watch it on YouTube again and again. Please watch the other segments which I have done. Please watch the segment on high blood pressure on YouTube. I have other videos on YouTube, almost 260 videos. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Healthy Living with Dr. Ajay Shah. Please like our page, Healthy Living with Dr. Ajay Shah on Facebook, and invite your friends and family to like our page. Thank you and have a great evening. I'll be doing another live in about 3 or 4 hours. Thank you. I'll be going to an exercise to a gym. So I hope you have your exercise planned out for this evening and healthy meal planned out for this evening. I will see you in a few hours. Thank you.